Welcome to Get to Know an OVC Staffer Part 2. This week we have Jennifer Gibbs, the Assistant Commissioner for Championships and Senior Woman Administrator at the OVC. Jen, tell us briefly a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you went to college, previous work experiences.
Well, I grew up in central Wisconsin, a very small town there. Went to school at Winona State University in Minnesota and also at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. Played softball at Winona State University. Then moved to New Orleans about a month after Hurricane Katrina went through to work for the Sun Belt Conference, and that was a very humbling experience there. Now I'm in Nashville working for the Ohio Valley Conference.
You're in charge of championships for a league. A two-part question here. First of all, what is the most rewarding part of your job?
I'd say the most rewarding part is knowing that I have a hand in providing a memorable experience for the student athletes. Just to see them enjoy the experience at our championship events, and even have some of them come up and thank me for putting on the event for them is really rewarding.
Now that you've been here for a couple of years, what has been one of your favorite memories that's happened in an OVC championship?
I'd say I'd have two favorite memories, actually. First one is one of our recent track and field championships. One of the student athletes lost her iPod, came up to me, asked if I'd seen it, had not, so I told her I'd keep looking for it. We checked lost and found. Well, about 5 minutes later somebody brought it up, turned it in, and so I went and found her and gave her her iPod, and she literally gave me a bear hug because she was so scared that she'd actually lost the iPod. The second favorite moment would probably have to be at this year's past softball championship. The head coach at UT Martin is somewhat of a family friend, and so it was really neat to see his team be so successful throughout that tournament and see them win, and then of course their celebration dance and everything at the end was really kind of neat to see.
You had aspirations to be a meteorologist in your past. Tell us about why you like weather so much.
It fascinates me how it can be so calm and peaceful at one minute, and the next it's so powerful and destructive, and just really have an interest in learning how storms form and what it takes to make them so powerful and destructive at times.
You're from Wisconsin. Tell us how much you love cheese.
I do love cheese. Cheese curds are absolutely the best, fried or regular. They're both by far #1. Actually learned how much I eat cheese one Lent. I tried to give up cheese for Lent, and I did not do well.
Current hot topic question here. Being that you're from Wisconsin, you obviously love the Packers. So tell us your thoughts on the whole Brett Favre situation.
Oh goodness. Well, I guess I have mixed emotions about this. As a Packer fan, of course, grew up with Brett Favre. He's been the face of our team for 16 years. And so it's a little frustrating and maybe even painful to see him wearing a different color uniform, especially when that uniform is your most hated division rival. So I would have preferred he stayed retired for numerous reasons.
You can have dinner with any two famous people in the world. Who would those people be and why?
Well, the first one, ironically, and not because of the current situation, would have been Brett Favre, and I think still is Brett Favre. Not necessarily to ask him what in the world he's doing right now, but more so just because, like I said, grew up with him and really enjoyed watching him play and seeing some of the neat things that he can do. I guess the second would probably be Pat Summitt, just because she has been so successful and has kind of a really down-to-earth attitude, and I think it'd be really neat to get to talk with her and learn some things as far as focus and determination and how to build on your successes. Final question. What is the last movie you saw, and give us a little mini review of it? The last movie I saw was a couple months ago. It was Fireproof, and my mini review is that the acting is not very good. A little cheesy at times, but that's to be expected. They were not professional actors for the most part. But the movie itself was really phenomenal. Had a fantastic message about relationships with God and other people in your life and how they really affect your life. Well, Jennifer, thanks for joining us on Get to Know an OVC Staffer.